I've got these Jorgensen clamps here that I purchased at Lowe's probably about 2 years ago. They came in a pack of, I think, 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. I think I paid like 29 bucks for them, but they're the best clamps I've got. I got a bunch of clamps, but a lot of them are plastic with the old pump grip on them. I like these the best. This right here is a end table I'm making for a customer. They come in handy for me because I pocket hole everything on the bottom. Have you seen in some of my videos? I do that a lot. So what I do is I'm piecing them together. I, of course, put glue down the cracks, and then I use my clamp, this Jorgensen clamp. I've got I think I got 4 of them. I have to look to see, but anyway. Of course, I just clamp them together, tighten that up. It's a good clamp. I don't tighten it too much because it'll cause the board as the bow where the cracks are at. So this tightens it up to get the board to where I can put the pocket hole screws in. I use I call it vice grip, sort of like that. But so where the cracks are at, and make sure they line up even, because when you screw these screws in, they'll try to move around a little bit on you, even if it's clamped. So I tighten this up, adjust that, then I clamp that part there. So when I get ready to screw the screws in, these 2 pieces, joints right here, I will hold together instead of sort of separating apart. I do it on each crack, each joint with a clamp in place, and just put my pocket holes. I flip it around, do the other side, and I clamp these ends down here. So these 2 tools are probably the easiest and best thing I've got for when I do tabletops like this. I've got 2 of these, but one of them is a Harbor Freight brand. This one's a brand from Lowe's. It's probably a little bit better than the Harbor Freight one, but of course the clamps. But these are 2 most sturdiest tools I have to make these tabletops with, and they seem to work the best for when putting in pocket hole screws. Holds everything nice and level. And then I, of course, flip it over to the top. Of course, I got to sand it and sand all that stuff off. But it's got the joints nice and straight. My goal is to, when I sand this down, is try to make the cracks not even really show. I can sand it with a 60 grit and then go behind it with a 120 grit. Is what I do. Get it nice and smooth. I round the corners off, so because these corners can be pretty sharp on the wood. So I'll round them over with a sander, and of course sand all that down. I'll round over the top a little bit with the sander to keep it from being so sharp also. So that's what I'm fixing to do now. But that's how I do my tabletops, using my Jorgensen clamp and my little, what I call vice grips. I guess that's not what they're called, but pretty quick work with these things, and it comes in pretty handy.